There's this force that's in every single moment of your life, but it's also the biggest mystery we know. Today, we're diving into the untold story of time. It's going to be a journey through physics, a little history, and the weird, weird psychology of that ticking clock. Let's get into it. I mean, really think about it. We've all been there, right? You're staring at the clock, waiting for something to be over, and every single second just drags. But then you have this perfect day with people you love, and poof, it's gone in what feels like minutes. How can that be? And then there's the sheer power packed into just one tick of the clock. It's the difference between hitting the brakes just in time or not, a surgeon's split-second choice. A single second can be the line between everything and nothing. So how can something so tiny be so incredibly powerful? And that's really the heart of the mystery, isn't it? Time is like this invisible river that's just carrying all of us along. You can't see it, you can't grab it, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. So, what is this thing that runs our entire lives? Well, in this explainer, we are going to try and unpack that. We'll start with the mind-bending cosmic rules of time, then jump into its history, peek inside your brain's own clock, reframe time as maybe your most important asset, and then we'll look to the future. All right, first up, what does physics actually tell us about time? Turns out it's not just an idea. It's a fundamental part of the universe, and its rules are just as real as gravity. So, physicists call time the fourth dimension. Think of it like this. You can decide to move left, right, forward, or backward in space. But with time, you have no choice. You are always, constantly moving in one direction, forward. There's no pause button and definitely no rewind. And this is where things get really, really weird. Albert Einstein came along and just blew up our whole understanding. He proved that time isn't the same for everyone. It's not this one universal constant. It's actually relative. It can literally bend and stretch and slow down depending on things like gravity and how fast you're moving. The classic example is the twin paradox. It perfectly illustrates this idea. Imagine you have two identical twins. One stays on Earth and the other hops on a spaceship and travels close to the speed of light. Well, when that space twin comes back, they will actually be younger than their sibling. Time literally passed more slowly for them. Wild, right? So, okay, if time is this bizarre, flexible, cosmic thing, how in the world did we humans end up chopping it into these rigid little things called seconds and minutes? That's what we're looking at next. I mean, picture it. For most of human history, there were no clocks. Time was just nature. You knew the time of day by the length of a shadow. The stars were your guide at night. Time wasn't a number you were racing against. It was a rhythm you lived with, set by the planet itself. It was almost free. But us humans were always pushing for more and more precision. We started with simple shadow clocks in Egypt, moved to water clocks in Greece, then incredible mechanical clock towers in China. And every step was a leap toward taming time, which all led up to 1656 and the invention of the pendulum clock. In that one invention, it introduced something that changed the world: the second. Before that, nobody really lived their life by seconds, or even minutes. But once we could measure it, oh man, everything changed. Work schedules, train timetables, science, our entire world was rebuilt around the tick of a clock. Okay, we've covered cosmic time and mechanical time. But what about the time that's ticking away inside your own head? Why does it feel like it's speeding up the older you get? Scientists have a really fascinating theory for this. When you're a kid, pretty much everything is a new experience. Your brain is constantly processing all this new information, and in doing that, it kind of stretches out your perception of time. It's why those childhood summers felt like they lasted forever. But then, as an adult, so much of life is routine. Your brain already knows the drill, so it doesn't have to work as hard. It just compresses the familiar information, and suddenly, entire years seem to just fly by. And that's the real kicker. The actual passage of time, the one measured by an atomic clock, doesn't change. It's our experience of it that's all over the place. So yeah, time isn't speeding up, your perception of it is. So when you put all of this together, the physics, the history, the psychology, it leads to a really powerful idea about time in your own life. It's way more than just a number. It might be the only real thing you actually have. Let's try thinking about it like this. Time is a currency.
Just like money. You get a finite amount of it, you can't make more, and every single day you have to spend it. The only real question is, what are you buying?
Seriously, every choice you make is a transaction. You're trading your irreplaceable seconds. Are you investing them in growth, like learning something new? Are you spending them on amusement, like watching a great movie? Or are you just letting them get drained away by distraction? Or worse, trading them for regret? It's a pretty intense way to look at your day. The scariest thing is that none of us know how much of this currency we actually have. But here's the twist. That's also what makes it so valuable. If we had forever, would anything really matter? There'd be no urgency, no purpose. The very fact that our time is limited is what gives our choices, our goals, and our lives meaning. So, if we've come this far in understanding and measuring time, what's next? Are we ever going to go from just being passengers on this river of time to actually steering the boat? Well, on the absolute cutting edge, scientists are looking into ideas that sound like pure science fiction. They're exploring things called time crystals. They're building quantum clocks so ridiculously accurate they wouldn't lose a second in billions of years. Some are even poking at the theoretical edges of maybe, just maybe, manipulating the flow of time itself. But look, whether that stuff ever happens or not, the truth for you and me right now is this. You don't get to control time. You can't stop it, you can't go back. But you have 100% control over the one thing that matters, how you choose to spend it. And that brings us right here, to this moment, this second. You just spent listening to this, it's gone. It's never coming back. So the only question left, the only one that really matters, is what are you going to do with the next one?
Hey, if you enjoyed going down this rabbit hole with us, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives like this one. Thanks so much for watching.